Okay, hello, good evening. It's Wednesday, and that means e-commerce Wednesday. So what can we sell or buy today? Let's get underway. Very simple thing for you today, simple concept, but one that absolutely dictates conversion, and conversion being another word for do you sell it or not. So this is based on a true story. As you may know, if you've been following, my headset got noisy. So I don't know at the moment if it's the headset or the USB adapter. So I didn't know if I wanted to buy a headset or a USB adapter, or both. So, that was an issue. And, that's an immediate illustration of why places like Amazon suck, because there's no advice as to this. They do all of the options, but they don't tell you which option to pick. So if you didn't know and you couldn't make up your mind, you'd have to go somewhere else to just find out the info as to which to buy. And there's another big problem with this which is the exact naming of stuff, because I might want to call it a USB adapter. They might call it a USB converter, or something else. And it might be a USB audio something. Okay, and depending which you choose will also dictate which results they show you. And so if you put in USB adapter, you almost certainly will not get all of the things listed as USB converters and all of the things listed as USB audio somethings. And the same true the other way around. You put USB audio in, you could get some really big stuff, and you wouldn't get the adapters or the converters coming up. So let me just show you a search on Amazon. So I started off wanting the USB adapter, and to me it is an adapter. Now nothing, none of the options here are correct. If I put in I do get adapter, but is it adapter or adapters? And then it is showing me these other options, audio interface, which could be, and they start from £1, so that's probably the sort of thing I'm talking about. But the same thing is 77p here, and the same thing is 64p here. But this may not be a USB audio adapter, so it depends. So let's just see what the USB adapters are to them. That's an advert. No, so these aren't actually coming up with what I want, so that's okay. Well, that was a waste of effort. And sorry, my browser does that, jumps anyway. Audio adapter or audio interface. Now again, the audio adapters are 53p and the audio interfaces are £1. So again, what's the difference with that? And sorry, it fell off. Hang on. So let's just pick the adapters. Right, so this is what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is what I wanted. And that's the sort of thing. Well, this is the sort of thing I've already got, and that one looks very shiny. So that's come up with that kind of stuff. Okay, so that's good. Let's just open. Let's keep that there. And let's do the other one. Oh, come on. Hang on. Right, there we go. So which one did I do? So I did that one. So let's have a look at the audio. I don't know where the ones with 53p are. And let's have a look at the interface. Okay, so these are a bit more high end, although now we're getting to the you know, there's more of a mixture, but that was really the one that I'm talking about. You know, the mixers and stuff are a good alternatives. That's a good suggestion. But there's only really one there, so I'm only getting a choice of one. So this is the problem. So if I put in audio interface, I get some high-end stuff, and I only get a selection of one on the front page of the thing that I actually wanted. Whereas if I put in USB audio adapter, I get the well, that's an advert. You know, I get a much bigger range and also a cheaper range. Okay, so that's only $5.99, whereas the one here was $6.49. So and now if I, you know, sort by price, I'm probably going to get a load of garbage at the beginning that I don't want. Yeah, I'm getting cables. I didn't ask for cable. So I have to keep scrolling. Oh, guitar interface. Well, that's interesting. That's not what I wanted, but it's just quite interesting that they're there. So this one's got no reviews, okay, and it's a little bit dearer. This one's got reviews, and they're moderately positive, not greatly positive. So I'm just going to keep that for myself for later. But yeah, it's going to take me a long time to find, you know, the £6 thing that I was, you know, hoping for. And here's another, you know, interesting thing, in that the one that isn't Amazon Prime is actually a lot cheaper, and I'll still get free delivery, but just not Amazon Prime delivery, than Amazon's own one, which actually looks, I would say, identical, to be honest. Yeah, I think that's identical. Let's say guitar link, right? And Amazon's own one is indeed a guitar link, or Lin H, whatever that is. So they're the same. So, you know, the non-Amazon Prime one was a lot cheaper, and you still get free delivery. Anyway, but you know, I still haven't found, you know, the one that I was looking for, and I'm still not finding it. Now the thing is that if you're a customer, wow, look at that, somebody exactly the same thing again, £18 and £4 delivery. So they don't want much, do they, compared to the £4 for these other people. So, you know, there's a lot of variants on Amazon which you have to, you know, be guardful about, really. No, it's a lot of buttons on the microphone there. So I'm on page 2 or 3 or something, and yeah, I'm on page 3. I still haven't found the thing that I wanted, and somehow, even though I've done it by price, the £6 thing that we saw is somehow not appearing on page 3. I don't think I missed it. No, we saw this other one, didn't we? Yeah, so, you know, the way that they're returning the results is weird. Anyway, but the moral of all this, because we don't care what Amazon do, the moral of all this is that, you know, I've got to page 3 and I haven't found what I want, and basically I've given up. So if I really want it, I'm going to put in some other kind of, you know, other term, if I can. But yeah, I'm kind of, well, that's not true. They don't do audio mixes from £1. It's probably a cable for a thing or something. Anyway, but you know, if you don't find what you want quickly, you give up, and that's the point. So, you know, if I'm using the wrong term for whatever reason, then I'm going to get the wrong results, and now it's up to me to, you know, experiment until I actually get USB audio adapter, and that seems to be, you know, the kind of thing, you know, that I want. And to be honest, I don't think it is an adapter. I think it is a converter technically, because it's converting analog to digital. But anyway, but finally I've got the right, you know, category if I use the right word, and you know, they returned it by the most relevant, which for some reason puts this one at the top. Why is that? USB adapter. Yeah, and that's because the title's an exact match to what I put in. So USB audio adapter is what I asked for. So, oh, in fact, that's an advert. Sorry, no. So in fact, no, that isn't. They haven't given me the exact title match at all. They give me something completely different. Anyway, so the first non-sponsored result is probably the cheapest that they do, which is $5.99. So let's just check on the price. So again, this isn't particularly relevant to what we're covering, but okay, so a load of other junk. So this is like the one I have. Oh, so this is the cheapest one they do. Well, actually that one. I read that's buy cheap drug for a minute. So that one's alright, except it's not free delivery and we don't know what the delivery cost is there. Same with that one really. It's got buttons on it that could be worrying. So I don't know. So let's just, I don't think they'll do it actually because it's too cheap, isn't it? But the cheapest one that they do, they'll do as an add-on, is this one here. Okay, so we can see that for cheap stuff they don't do very well either, because they know that they need to cover their delivery cost. So it isn't always well, actually far from the cheapest option, Amazon really. So we could win straight away on selling these products. Let's see if another one comes up. It didn't. There's kind of the one, but again it's another add-on. That's kind of what we want. Oh, and they do that by Prime. Okay, so there is one that they do, but that took a lot of effort really, to be honest, for just a simple little thing. Oh, we've got that. Oh, there's a different search. Oh, right, so it is free delivery, but that didn't appear in the listing, unfortunately. But that's certainly an option. That's a free delivery with Prime, and that's just free delivery. So anyway, but they do it as thing, but only as an add-on item. But then strangely, this one they will do on Prime, even though it is only quite cheap. Okay, so that one's quite good, but I didn't find, to be honest, I didn't find that when I did my search originally. So the excuse me. So the takeaway here basically is that we can score over Amazon when there's any kind of information behind it, and we can supply that information. Okay, naturally, because Amazon's providing the customers, if you like, they're using their own search engine, and as we can see, it's very dependent on what word you type in, and they don't really suggest. They just give you a long list of possibly related stuff which is popular. They don't really use any kind of intelligence to to actually work out what you're looking for. Do you actually want a mixer or a lead or a an interface or what? So we can do that, but the so the naming is important, and even in your own store, people are using your own search engine. Again, we want to make sure that we cover all the things. So we in this case we definitely want tags for USB audio, USB adapter, USB converter in there, and also USB audio, and what have they got? So they've got interfaces, adapters, and mixers. That would be an upgrade really, but that's the sort of thing that's there. And then there may even be some other words, card converter, there we go. There's another one, USB audio dongle. You see, that's dongle is not really the right word there. USB audio device, again, that could be what we're looking for. So people might be using any of these words, and ideally we want to cover them in our own description, because even our own store has a search, we want to make sure we've got all the words in there. Now in terms of related items, then the headset is going to be the one, and again I had the same problem with the headset. Is it a USB audio mic headset, or USB audio headset, or USB headset? And again they all return different results, and the more I have to search, the less I'm ready to buy, really. There's that. Interface we said, not really that one. Okay, so you could, if you're doing description stuff, you could just actually look on Amazon and get all the words that they suggest. Okay, it's just that they're really bad at connecting, the dots. Okay, so that about does it. Right, but here's the second thing, which was the main point of the show, today, and this is the conversion, booster. So let me just put that there and do a thing like that. Okay, so the conversion booster, really, as obvious and lame as it seems, there we go. That doesn't look right. There we go. Is the description. I know that's very unexciting, very unsexy, but if the description doesn't tell them everything that they need to know, then they literally can't buy it. Okay, they literally can't buy it. So that's why it's really important. And Amazon are, or at least Amazon merchants are notorious, really, for getting it, described properly. So, for this one here, everything seems okay, but I've got some immediate questions, like which USB does it need? Is it USB 1, 2 or 3? Does it need drivers? Is another one. And also, what kind of things can I plug into it? If I've got a mono microphone, like a desktop microphone with a single ring jack, will it work in that hole? Okay, and I don't think they answer any of these. So they've told me all the the glassy things, high quality, which is obviously very subjective. It could mean it's terrible. Portable, it's very small, I guess it would be. So nothing really particularly good. I mean, the universal compatibility, but they haven't just even said which USB is it. They've given me some ideas of what else it might work with, but that in my application, it didn't help me to know whether it's USB 1, 2 or 3. Do I need drivers with it? Well, they don't say. And what can I do about the microphone? Will it take a mono microphone and a stereo microphone? I don't know. Okay. This is an issue. Now, if it does, then anyone else who sells it but has gone, bothered to actually, describe it properly, will get the sale. Okay, so which one am I on? This one. So down in the spec panel, which is not somewhere I might necessarily look, it does actually say that it supports a mono microphone there, and it also tells me that it will work with these OSs, but it doesn't bother to say that you don't need a driver. Now I happen to know it won't need a driver, but that's because I know. If I don't know, then obviously that's going to be one of my big question. Oh, there it is. No driver. Okay, but so it's in there, but I'm having to hunt and find what's going on. And in terms of the product description, you can see it's pretty short. And they're saying it's a bit better, but it's still not very confidence building, and I'm still having to hunt for what we're doing. So finally we find USB 2 there, okay, under the spec. But all of this stuff is off-putting. So anybody who goes to the extra mile and actually puts in all of the details, because this is a pretty short product description, and it still doesn't include all of the things that in terms of features that are covered in the spec up here. I don't think, and for some reason it's had no reviews anyway, probably because the description's not great and people weren't inspired to buy it. Also it was very hard to find because there were a load of other ones that came up before it, but it wasn't really, everything that I needed wasn't covered in the bullets, and everything I needed wasn't covered certainly in the spec, and everything I needed wasn't covered in the description. And I've had to hunt quite a lot between all three of those to actually get all the information I know, all the information I need in order to know whether I should buy it or not. So you're actually stopping me from buying it. And for some reason this one over here is the #1 bestseller, but it could well be because they actually go to the trouble of, with the product picture, they've shown all the things that it will work with, and they've shown that it's plug and play, which means that it's probably doesn't need the driver, and they've done that in the product picture, and they've also done it in the description. So they've actually said more in less words, really, because they've got the operating systems in there, and they've got the no drivers in there, and then this is talking about the Raspberry Pi and stuff. So then I'm wondering, well, if it works with the Raspberry Pi, is that an advantage or a disadvantage? Does that mean it won't work for me in some other way? So this is the problem. So with a description like that, it's not really enough to help me to buy it. Actually, let's just compare this. Let's just have a look at this listing. So as I say, I'm not really getting everything I need off that listing there. So on this bestseller one, okay, as I say, they've got the title a lot more snappy. They've got these in the image, which is obviously very direct. That's kind of showing what it can work with, and again they're showing the OSs there, and they're showing the size of the thing there. So I know it'll plug into my USB hub or whatever. So although that doesn't seem an important picture, it is, because if it's too big, too wide, then I might not get it into my USB hub where I need to plug it in. So that's it is actually an important thing. But the main thing is what have they done to the product description. So they've got a load more pictures in here. Again, they're all kind of glossy and informative, and here they're explaining what's going on. And here's a great thing here now. Okay, they've got this great picture where they're explaining what's going on. Now they haven't really said what that is, but it looks encouraging. Okay, it says it's strong. It says it's plug and play. I can see it's got a microphone and a stereo jack. I don't really know a lot about the the input. What if I want to put a stereo MP3 player sort of thing into that or something like that? I don't know if it will work or not. But straight away in the description, they've taken anything that would be in the features, and they've actually put it as bullet points in the main description. So they're saying all this kind of stuff. It's only a desktop or laptop, so that's good. No drivers. USB port, headphones in there. They don't say, and then they've got all the operating systems down here. Okay, and what it needs, what kind of plugs they've got. They've kind of missed a little bit out there with because I don't know if I can put a stereo kind of line source into that or not. But they've answered all my other questions really. In extract it works with Linux, and they didn't even bother mention that. So there's that. Okay, see, this is interesting. When you work on a PlayStation, the mic will, but the speaker won't. So obviously there's some issue with that, with connections, which didn't come out in the description. Otherwise the guy wouldn't have needed to ask the question. Oh dear. And this guy thinks it's terrible. Don't know if that's his fault or the product, but anyway, this guy loves it in converse, and he, it says it's quieter than his probably than his internal sound card. Oh, I see. Right, yeah. I'm not sure. Alright, so some of the desktop, it didn't really make any difference to the noise, but then he didn't have any noise. But when he was using the mic in his laptop, obviously it would pick up fan noise. By using an external mic with this little adapter, obviously he's got around that. Anyway, so yeah, so it's a better description. I mean, it's still not kind of earth-shattering. It's nothing in there that makes you, think, wow, this is really a well thought out product. But I just want to show you this other one, this one here. I think this is the one I bought, or it's one very similar to the one I bought. It's the front and everything, but this is what sold me on this one, and obviously I could see it in the picture, which was great. But you can see with this one, it takes the microphone and it takes the headset if you've got separate jacks. But the brilliant thing about this one is it's got another third hole if you've got the mic and the headset on one stereo jack. So there's no question in my mind there that it won't work with either separate things or a combined thing. Okay, and again it's showing me very pictorially. In fact, it's a great image, this one. Computer or laptop. That's a bit confusing, isn't it? But anyway, but it will go to I don't know what that means really. It will go to an amp, I guess. You've got your microphone input, so you've got mic and speakers, or you've got combined headset, and then there's all the operating systems, or all the Windows ones anyway. Maybe they don't like Macs. We can kind of see what we need, but again we've got this beautiful diagram of what all the buttons and plugs and sockets do. And again, once you've got that, there's no doubt that it will do. So this one seems to do everything, and everything's very obvious as to what it does. Okay, and their first question was compatibility, and they've got the separate plugs, or the combined plug. They've got all the operating systems there, and they do like Linux and Mac, so just the diagram didn't have it. They don't need drivers, whatever that's about, and keys for all that kind of stuff. But the main selling point for me was that it took both styles of connections, which a two connector one couldn't do, and it wasn't really that much dearer than anything. Plus it's on Prime, so I can get it quickly and easy. Now the other thing is is the pricing, and sometimes you can put the same word in. Not the same word, the same kind of description or title or product, you know, clue, and get, you know, other options which are much cheaper, even from, you know, Amazon themselves. That one was quite nice. I didn't see that one before either. In this particular case, you know, I haven't. Let's just go back one. Let's see what else we could describe it with. So let's try this. Okay, right, so there we got two. So there's the, see, this is what's crazy about Amazon. It basically looks like the same product, but this one's £1 cheaper, even though it's from them on Prime. So maybe that's oh, they're different sellers. Okay, so that's why. Sorry, but you know, we have to, you know, we have to work that out. So I was ready to buy this one, and you know, if I put the similar or part of the search term in, then I suddenly find the one, you know, that's cheaper, and that's frankly annoying, really. You know, it's good that they, you know, support merchants like us. It's very good, in fact. But it just, you know, there's no kind of, you know, they don't help us to find the best deal, really. Or, you know, in not just by price, but in other factors as well. But, you know, even in this case, in price. So even though I said, you know, lowest price first on some of the other searches, this particular thing never came up. But anyway, but you can, you know, it's pretty. They've been pretty good with the description there. This one hasn't got the. Oh yeah, no, that's got that one there. So this has got the buttons there, but they haven't done the combined shot. Well, kind of. No, not really. They haven't done the combined shot like the other one. So these guys don't have the, you know, a good picture. But nonetheless, it is available there. You know, like that. And we saved £1 by looking and taking part of the description. So that's about that. So let me just show you, you know, some things. So these are some of the factors that I've, you know, noticed that I don't always get answers for on Amazon, which you know, disturb me. So, you know, for instance, I wanted to buy a hard drive, but you know, they hid, you know, how long the warranty was. And you know, obviously, if it's only a 1 year warranty, you know, they're not expecting it to last long. Whereas if it's a 2 or 3 year warranty, then you know, that shows that they're not expecting it to break down because they don't want to, you know, pay for the warranty. But that's the thing that worries me, and very often they hide it, you know, from the thing. What, you know, you need to power it is something that I've noticed, you know, a lot, in that they, you know, won't state, you know, the battery size. Which is just, you know, a silly omission, really, because you want to, you know, you want to know what batteries it takes, and you know, in case it doesn't come with the batteries to start with. And it may be, if you're like me, you don't like the AAA batteries at all, the triple ones, because they, you know, don't last at all, and they're almost as expensive as the AAs. So if I can't find the battery size, I don't buy it. What sort of connections and interfaces, you know, it uses. You know, as we saw with that one, you know, we didn't know, you know, what kind of things the jack, you know, would take, and only on one of them, because it actually has a separate socket, was where we kind of absolutely guaranteed that we could do, you know, separate stuff, or you know, an actual headset. What kind of accessories it comes with, you know, does it need, you know, extra leads or some of the leads included? That's something that I've yeah, always needed to look for. You know, like if you wanted a DV monitor or DVI monitor, sorry, you know, does it come with a DVI cable or not? Okay, I mean, it's a simple thing. If it doesn't, then obviously you need to buy the cable, you know, with the monitor, otherwise it arrives and you can't use it. So it seems like a really silly, simple thing, and maybe most of them do. But unless it actually states it, it says so, then I'm going to have to go with the guy who says whether it does or it doesn't. You know, and obviously if he says it does, then you know, I know that I don't need to buy it as well. But if he says it comes with the cable, then he's basically saved me £6 or something, so he's going to get the deal just because he mentioned it. The software drivers, as we just saw with the USB headset, it's a big issue. When you plug it in, will it work? If you've got a Linux, or if you've got a Mac, or if you've got a PC, Windows 7 or whatever, unless it explicitly states what you've got and whether it does it or not, you're in the dark as to whether it will work. Another thing I've found missing is the range of stuff. So people talk about Bluetooth and things like that, but what's the range of the thing? I remember some radio mic things. Again, it just wasn't clear, how far they went, and also some wireless modems or Wi-Fi modems, Wi-Fi adapters. Again, they just hide the range of it, and that's obviously a major thing. Also, what band is it in, and what channels does it work on? I might have some old gear that I particularly need to work on a particular band and channel. Unless they tell me specifically, I can't buy it. Okay. The simple thing with the USB, is it USB 2 or 3? That's becoming more important. There'll probably be a USB 4 soon. Is it backward compatible? How slow is it on the others? That sort of thing. I was looking at the headset mics, and they had padded ear things, or another pair which were open had a, padded ears, very thin foam padded ears. I need to know if I can get replaceable, pad parts for that. Can I buy those pads? Are they washable? Okay, so in that particular case, the washing instructions was for the ear pads. But again, unless they say, I don't want to, buy a pair of headphones that I can't, wash or replace, or ideally both, the ear pads for. And are they comfortable? Okay, a lot of people talk about, whatever, 4-inch diaphragms, whatever, but they don't say if they're comfortable. How adjustable is the ear band? How padded are the things? Are they on ear, in ear, over ear? Are they meant for big ears? How comfortable are they? But let's not leave it subjective and just say very comfortable. Let's explain why. They're a full, larger than ear, highly padded thing, which is in a material that doesn't stick to your head. That's what I need you to tell me. Are there consumables for it? In this particular case there aren't, but obviously when I've wanted to buy a printer, obviously almost my first question is where can I get the ink? Or with a CD writer, or blue, what's it called? I've forgotten the name of the new DVDs anyway. But the big DVDs, the 50 gig DVDs. Where are the blanks? If you don't list the blanks with it, I don't know. What what you recommend and what I should do, and what's would be good or not. Maybe you tell me whether they're -R or +R or whatever. But if you link me to the media, then again, when it turns up, I'll have ordered the media and I'll be able to use it straight away. And again, if they hide the fact that whether it supports plus and minus or not, then again I can't really buy it because I don't know what it does and which blanks to buy. Another thing with the USB headset and the microphone, the microphone would be how sensitive it is, and with the speakers or the headphones, how loud it is. And they can express that a bit in words, but really we want the spec in there. But I still want that in the description. I don't want to have to look at the spec to find the loudness and sensitivity. I want that in the description with the figure. I mean, by all means put it in the the spec as well, but I actually want it in the description because it's a major thing. Is the microphone going to be loud enough, and are the headphones going to be loud enough? It's the most basic thing you want to know about the headset. You can see how it looks, and hopefully you can see all the other things like what connections you've got and all the things I've listed here, basically, to be honest. But how sensitive is the mic and how loud are the headphones? Okay, somehow we need to quantify it, but absolutely we need to state it. How noisy is the thing? Is it particularly low noise or not? And again, you can't just say low noise. We actually want to back that up with a spec that I can compare you know, to other stuff. Okay, so it has to, you know, it has to be there. So the, you know, the whole moral of this is that unless you actually specifically state all of the objections and roadblocks that can get in the way, even with a simple product like a USB headset, okay, it's a $10 thing, but I can't buy it unless all this stuff is addressed. And then also the big thing, you know, to go with that as well, is unless I know why it's worth, you know, £20 more or £100 more, whatever it is, you know, why would I buy this other USB headset? Because, you know, on the spec of it that most people list, you know, it's going to be, you know, basically identical to, you know, anything else. So, you know, let's just see what that comes up with. Okay, so, you know, here's one for 40, here's one for 15, here's one for 20, here's one for 35. So, you know, why? Why? You know, this one looks, you know, pretty big, might be a bit plastic, but that's only 11 quid. So why is this 11 quid when this one is, you know, this? It's not even a brand, it's not Sennheiser or anything. So what's so special about it? So it works with the PS4, but you know, in terms of you know, what they say, even the spec isn't really detailed enough to, you know, there's no frequency response or loudness or anything in there. And look how pathetic the description is. So why are they expecting to sell, you know, a premium headset when they, you know, hardly give you any information about it at all? Whereas hopefully, because we could be wrong here, this Sennheiser one, which obviously is Sennheiser brand, so that's, you know, going to help us. But you know, they've actually got, you know, head cooling in there for gaming. Okay, where did this one mention, you know, how hot they get? And the answer is they didn't. I don't think. Links down there, yeah. And you know, the specs were stupid and the description's stupid. Whereas the Sennheiser one, okay, exchangeable cables, volume control, okay, keep your head cool. So I just want to know about if the, you know, ear pads are replaceable and washable. I bet they haven't probably bothered to tell us. Oh, the specs no better. Maybe that's an Amazon limitation actually. But anyway, and yeah, that was a little bit. Anyway, but they, you know, they've got a better description from, you know, the website that they've included here. Okay, most of it's fluff. Micro mute, probably a good thing. Exchangeable cables, so they're really well into that. Haven't told me about the ears, unfortunately. It's a round ear, so it's going to be comfortable. It's noise cancelling. The microphone's on a boom, and the exchangeable cables. All right, so there's the loudness of them there. So I can see if I want a louder pair, I can upgrade to those. So, you know, instantly they've upsold me just by telling me what the specs of their own products are. We haven't got the prices with that, but you know, that's significantly more. This one's got the frequency response built in as well. So anything it hasn't mentioned is the mic sensitivity. Yeah, which is a shame. And then there's reviews. So they, you know, even they, you know, Sennheiser being a, you know, a big brand, should know better. Haven't listed all the things I need to know. I'm going to make a lot of presumptions, and this thing is a premium thing, right? It's 170 quid compared to the other pair, which was 11. Yeah, there's a big difference. So you know, they should really go the extra mile. I mean, when you think this is, you know, this page, whatever's on this page, is your salesman. So you know, unless you're going to go to the effort of, you know, putting everything, you know, all of the roadblocks that, you know, customers are going to have into the, you know, ideally the product description and not just the spec, but you know, we want all three areas. But you know, it's really the description that's going to sell me. You know, I'm kind of, you know, they're the main kind of, you know, features. Just wonder why that one was more expensive. It's cheaper. Okay. You know, these are kind of okay, but really it's the product description I want to come down to. This is the thing that needs to excite me. This is the thing that needs to fill in all of the gaps I have. But they have got compatibility in there. It says I don't know about the ear pads and whether they're washable or whether I can buy more ear pads. I don't want to spend £170 on a pair of headset and not be able to replace the ear pads, because they're going to go. Also, I don't really know how adjustable the headphones are. That would be great with a picture, annotating it and showing how extendable the headset was. So what kind of range of heads can it do, and what does it do about the left and right kind of clamping comfort kind of thing. But I still don't know how sensitive the microphone is. The microphone is very undiscussed. But if you combine a headset mic, then the microphone is a major part of that. So how can they not talk about the microphone? But I don't think that they have. Yeah. So we don't even know if it's. Oh yes, do we? Well, it's a noise cancelling microphone, so I don't know if that means it's cardioid or omnidirectional or whatever. I guess it means it's cardioid and it cancels out the noise. But it's 170 quid, chaps. That's why not get the description right, and and do it. So they won well on the cool head for gaming. Obviously, that tells me it's a gaming headset. It doesn't look like it's particularly cool, but anyway. But at least they've said it. But I don't know how good the mic is. And for 170 quid, I'd really want to know, that kind of thing. I think they said the connectors, but again, a picture of the connectors is going to kind of answer, a lot of questions, and they just haven't bothered to do it. So one more picture, or two more pictures, one with the connectors and one with the, the annotated diagram of the bit and how extendable the headphone bands were, width-wise. Interchangeable cables, obviously they're into that, and the volume control and the mute button. I think you had a mute button on that one of the other ones, but basically the description has to cover everything, because that's your salesman. So you need to go the extra mile and put this stuff in. As I say, this is the basic stuff that I tend to want to know about different things, and if that information isn't there, then I just can't buy it. So I think it's important to put all the things in there. Also, the description gives you a chance to put in other keywords, for all the other kind of things that people use, to look for stuff, and it can still be nice English and all that kind of stuff. Don't be keyword stuff. We just want to mention stuff, to make sure that all the words are covered, so that when people search for stuff, they find what they need. So we could easily say a USB adapter which works as an audio converter. That would basically tell us, give us all those words in one go. But anyway, the bottom line is that the description is basically, your salesman, and you need to take it seriously. You need to go the extra mile and do it. You can see how instantly I've got roadblocked, even by Amazon, who's supposed to know what they're doing, and Amazon sellers who should also know what they're doing. Just by simply not giving enough information. Because if I don't have the information, I'm stuck. What do? I then have to go, find the manufacturer's website if I can, obviously on the non-branded stuff, or stuff that I've never heard of. Finding those brands could be very difficult. And if I can't find the information I need, what happens? Well, I don't buy it. Okay, it's that simple. If I don't have all the information I need, I don't buy it. So that's why we need to do that. Now, this doesn't just apply for Amazon listings. Okay, even our own stores, have search, and even our own stores, need to have, the detailed descriptions. Otherwise, we can't, buy it, basically. And that's it. So go the extra mile, put the descriptions in. As I say, this is the basic things I've tended to, need to know, and not, more often than not found them, in the Amazon descriptions. Okay, so that's it. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night, and I shall see you then. Bye for now. Bye bye.